I went to Miami for urban crop solutions on a business development program. So the goal was basically to develop the American market for them. And what does a company do? It's an innovative tech company, so indoor vertical farming. If I look back at the past year and I have to think about the two things I'm most proud of, I'd kind of maybe split it a little bit between the professional side and the personal side. So the professional side, well, I'm just extremely happy to be able to report that we were able to actually set up 4 different projects. So even though we went there with limited resources, with some competition, and in a very early stage of the company, nevertheless we managed to get a project sold in Canada and then also 3 in the United States. So that's on the professional side, I would say. And then on the personal side, it might sound a bit vague, but it's managing the life abroad and moving there with my my then girlfriend, now wife, by the way, who definitely in the beginning, she couldn't work there. So definitely when we had to move abroad in that type of context, that creates a number of little challenges left and right. But we managed very well. We built a very great, an awesome life. We were able to do amazing things and we got so much out of it. So that I would say is on the personal side, the thing I'm most grateful and happy about. If there's one memory that I would have to kind of tell you about right now, it's difficult for me to talk about a moment, but maybe better talk about a period. And I think the most relevant period was May, June, which meant that we were there for about 9 months at the time, I think. And it was just a really great period. Why? Because professionally we were getting some traction. We were making progress in the different projects that we were discussing with clients. So that on the one end, we were attending conferences in Las Vegas, plus my wife was there as well, and afterwards we were able to do a big tour going from Nevada into Utah and Arizona to see the Grand Canyon. So it's a really great example, I think, of all the different accomplishments you get on a personal level as well as professionally through the PAF project year. So for me, the impact of the PAF project on my current and future career prospects is enormous. Because my background is actually, I was a law student, I was a lawyer for 3.5 years, but I wanted to go into the business side of things. Now, if I wanted to do that, that would either mean that I would have to go for an MBA or maybe try and go there through consulting, if that would have been an option. But those were not my primary or preferred methods, if you will. And the PAF project really enabled me to make that switch from legal to commercial, specifically business development, without at least having the feeling that I lost time. Because I got opportunities that I think you normally don't really get. And for that reason, I'm very optimistic about what the future holds. I'm still with the current company that I did my PAF project with. We are, looking for new markets and very positively towards the future. And I think if ever I were to make a move towards another company, the whole PAF experience, the network, the sort of stamp of approval of being a laureate, is all going to play into my favor. So for me, that's a really positive feeling to move from legal to commercial in that way. If somebody asks me whether I would recommend the Prince Albert Fund, I would say yes in a heartbeat. It maybe depends a little bit on where you are in your current career, so I'm not saying it's the right decision for everyone, but I think for people who are looking to be more entrepreneurial in their life, or who want to do a switch from one domain to another, or who are looking for sort of an in with startups or scale-ups or big companies, for all those reasons, I think you'd be very well off with the Prince Albert Fund. And then just on a personal level as well, I mean, you get this experience, this wonderful year abroad. I mean, at least for me, it was a wonderful year. And afterwards you join a great network of people who have shared that same experience, and you know, you can rely on them for career advice, for you know, brainstorming, or just for a good time. So I think there's a lot that speaks in favor of the Prince Albert Fund.